7th grade design. This is Miss Stapp with your weekly overview of assignments. So as you can see, we are on podcast lesson number 13, and we're in May officially. May 4th through 10th are what these assignments are for. And just a reminder about Zoom meetings. I've just had a few people log on this past week to the Zoom meetings. I know the week before some people had trouble logging on. I think I figured out that that was my fault, that I need to let you log on before that I do. But people are still having problems with internet and getting to the meetings. So if you want to do a one-on-one with just me because that meeting time doesn't work or you aren't able to log on, that is perfectly fine, and I'd be happy to join you even outside of my office hours. So just let me know if you need to meet up with me to make sure that you have all those assignments turned in, and that you understand what the expectations are for the week. So let's see. As you can see, we are still working on creating the solution and fully justifying any changes that we've made. I understand that you have a lot of work to do still on your podcast. So all of the steps this week are just a continuation of what we have been doing. You're going to see in step 1, you're continuing to provide evidence somehow of your work. So photos, videos, little pieces of your recording, just pop those into your digital process journal. That would be great. Now, when you upload your digital process journal, I should be able to see that you've done work. That's what the evidence is that you continue to add. And I can look back at your other podcasts and look at this one and make sure that you are moving along towards the final production of your podcast. Step 2, continue making notes about the changes to your procedural list. Now remember, these notes are important for you especially, so you know what kind of additions and modifications and changes you need to put in that final procedural list. This also is providing evidence to me of your work. So even if it's something like just what you accomplished that day, somewhere in your digital process journal, let me know that those are your notes and proof evidence of your work moving towards completion. Step 3, you're continuing to justify those changes that you made. So remember last week where we made a couple extra columns or a whole new chart? You had your procedural task list, whether or not you made any changes, and those changes probably include additions. For some of us with that procedural list in the beginning, we were kind of vague because we didn't know exactly how things like recording and editing would look. Now, as you're getting into it, you need to add every little detail into that step. So again, moving forward, another person looking at your procedural task or you looking back in order to make another podcast can just follow those steps specifically through completion. So we're still looking for those details, add them in that column that you are showing that you have made some changes, and you also need to be justifying those changes. So do not forget, changes why. That's really important on this level of design, that we do that justification piece. So at the bottom of your lesson plan, you're going to find, again, a reminder of all of my expectations for this week. Now, you do not have to include a separate document with your notes and one with your digital, your time management plan. I would like this all from now on to be entered in your digital process journal. However, if I did send to you that something that was missing and you were sure that you had it on, make sure that I can understand in your digital process journal that these are your notes, okay? You might even highlight notes above them, that this is your time management plan, or you've put where your actual time for those steps are so that I clearly understand that. So that's all for this week. Happy podcasting, and I will talk to you soon.